Hi everybody, it's Sebastien Boyer, the approved guy. The topic for today is going to be how to fund your business. Now, that's a very broad question because there's a lot of variables that go into that answer. Before we get started, make sure you like, you subscribe, and share, and make sure you comment below. Make sure if you have any questions or you want to reach out to me directly, you can schedule a call, free complimentary consultation. I'll put the link below for a 15-minute consultation, no obligations or commitments. Ultimately, I want to be able to help you to establish your business, build your business credit, get access to funding now, and build your business credit and get access to funding in the future, help you to implement strategies such as velocity banking and infinite banking to grow your personal and your business wealth for long-term generational success. So without further ado, let's get back to the topic at hand, which is going to be how to fund your business. Well, that answer again is going to be it's going to differ depending on your situation. Question is, are you a startup business? Are you an existing business? How long have you been in business? How much revenue are you generating? What industry are you in? So all these questions, all these variables can determine whether or not you can qualify for different types of funding. Some of the funding that we can, fund a startup business with could be an SBA startup loan using an SBA 7A loan. It could be equipment financing if you need equipment or if you need trucks. We can also use unsecured personal term loans that are designated for the use of business. There are loans that are personal that you can get where the designated use of funds are for your business. And as a startup, you don't have any business credit or revenue, so that's a great way to leverage your personal credit and personal income if you have good personal income and credit to be able to secure funding to start and grow your business. You can also use unsecured personal or business credit cards. Some of the accounts that are available can give you 0% interest promotions for 12 months, and that could give you access to cash where you can literally use that credit and put that credit into your checking, into your business at 0% interest for 12 months. If you're using business credit cards, there's different ways to use that, whether it's with balance transfers or just purchasing directly using the credit card. But ultimately, there are many different ways to fund your startup business. Again, we can use a SBA 7A. I'm going to be creating new videos specifically elaborating on startup funding with an SBA 7A, equipment financing, trucks, as well as personal term loans and personal and business credit cards that you can use to launch and start your business. Now, the great thing is my company, OrangeFi and Business Credit 101, has been available to the market and helping businesses for over 8 years, helping businesses get access to funding. And ultimately, this is what we do. We are actually helping people every single day get access to funding. We have other clients that are established, growing businesses that are looking to either expand and grow versus just getting started. And so again, the series of videos that we'll be releasing, that I'm going to be putting out, are really going to help everybody, depending on where you are, what industry you're in, to get access to funding. But let's start at the very top. If you're a startup business and you're looking for funding, the number one thing you need to do is you need to establish a business, get an EIN number with a business name. Strongly recommended you don't put your industry name or your personal name in your business name, number one. Number two, you want to make sure you set up your business so that you're credible, meaning you don't look like somebody that's starting a business as a hobby. You want to have a business phone number, not your cell phone, a business email address, not Gmail or Yahoo, and you want to have a business address. Now, that can be your personal address, but if you want to remain anonymous, then you want to use a business address, and you can do that fairly affordably with a virtual office company like Opus. Again, I'm going to put all the links down in the comments below section, so definitely take advantage of that. And if you want to talk to me to learn more about these steps to make sure you're credible, then definitely schedule a call. Now, once you've formed that company, now depending on your industry and your need for funding, you may be able to access different levels of funding. So if you're looking for anywhere from, let's say, 20 up to 200,000, you can do that potentially with personal term loans and personal credit cards or business credit cards. There are limited business credit cards that you can get as a startup, but you can get a few that can help you launch your business. And you could definitely use personal credit cards, especially with 0% interest promotions and with unique instructions, which is proprietary industry information that we share with you. When you're our client, we show you how to leverage that and get the liquidity at 0% interest. Okay, so now there's many different other options. Again, if you're looking to get funding in the range of, let's say, 200 to 5 million, now you need to step up into something more like an SBA 7A loan. That is going to be a lot more requirements to qualify. With the credit card funding, you're talking about unsecured credit. You're talking about no collateral, no deposit requirement, strictly based on your personal credit worthiness. So it does require excellent credit north of 720 or higher, with no blemishes. With the personal term loans, you need to be around 680 or better. The difference with those two is with the personal credit, you're going to need it's stated income, household stated income. With the term loans, then that's going to be based on your verifiable personal income, right? If you have paycheck stubs, it makes it really easy as long as your debt to income ratio is under 30%. But if you're a self-employed business owner and you are, paying yourself on stipends, or you're not really doing payroll with paycheck stubs, it becomes a little bit more difficult, but it is doable as long as you actually have money going into your personal checking, as well as, meeting that minimum credit requirement of 680 with that DTI at around 30%, debt to income ratio at around 30%. So again, $20,000 to $200,000, you can leverage that personal credit, personal term loans, and credit cards to launch your business in that range of funding. And it's something that if you're going to try to do that on your own, good luck. We've been helping businesses with this service for over 8 years. So we know exactly how to set it up properly so that you get the best results, you get the highest approvals, and you're able to leverage that debt, those term loans and those credit cards to actually invest and grow your business. So again, contact me for a free consultation. Now, as far as larger funding approvals, if we're looking to do a business acquisition, or if you're looking to just start a franchise, or if you're looking to just start a mom and pop, you have your own business that you want to start and grow. Well, now if we're looking for north of 200,000, it's better that we go into an SBA 7A loan into that space. However, what are we going to be looking for there? Well, just to get the ball rolling, guys, what I'm going to need from you is I'm going to need your personal tax returns. If you're looking to acquire an existing business, I'm going to need 3 years business tax returns, a year-to-date P&L statement, any debt. We need a debt statement, basically your personal financial statement, your resume, and a business plan, a mini business plan, just to get the ball rolling, something that I can use to present your case to my bank partners, and I can help you get approved, at least to get started to get approved. Okay. Now, with an SBA 7A loan, they're also going to be looking for at least a 10% deposit on the loan minimum. Okay. And they're going to be looking for at least 20% what they call post-closing liquidity. Post-closing liquidity is cash reserves that you're going to have in your bank account that you're not going to touch for a certain amount of time, usually 6 to 12 months. So what we're looking at here is about 30% cash on hand. Now, if that's all you have, if all you have is 30% cash on hand, and that's going to basically wipe you out, you have nothing else, it's going to be very difficult. The bank doesn't want to fund you and use that deposit and have that post-closing liquidity tied up, and you have no other money to work with. So, it has to be something where you're comfortable. So keep that in mind. If you're thinking about $300,000, $500,000, $1 million loan, well, can you comfortably come up with 10 to 30% minimum? Because depending on your industry, they may request more. They might request 20% down and 30% cash reserves or 40% cash reserves. Again, it's on a case by case. This is why I work with over 12 SBA banks as an authorized agent, because each bank is different. So you guys understand, SBA is the Small Business Administration, and that's basically the government. And they are backing up the banks and basically refunding them on a normal basis. It's up to 75% of the loan, but with the CARES Act, they were getting up to 90% refunded by the government. But up front, the bank is the one who does the underwriting, and the bank is the one who is funding. So if you're a startup and you go to some of the bigger, more popular banks, in most cases, they're not funding startups. They're just going to tell you, no, come back after 2 years, business tax returns. But guys, I have 12 different banks that are funding startups. And the reason I work with 12 of them is because some of them don't want to do anything less than 500,000. Some of them don't want to do anything over 300,000. They want to stay between 150 to 300. Some of them don't want to touch certain industries, such as restaurants. But I funded a restaurant $500,000 as a startup just this month. So each bank is different. The problem is, if you're speaking to the wrong bank, you're wasting your time. Number one, you're going to get an inquiry put on your credit. Number two, and you're going to get let down. And in a lot of cases, a lot of people just give up. A lot of people's dreams die in the parking lot of banks. Okay, don't let that happen. If you contact me, I'll make sure we find the right bank that's going to fund your deal if it's possible. And again, listen, guys, I can't promise you that you're going to get funded. There's a lot of variables that go into play to get approved for funding. There's a lot of different, again, banks and criteria that has to come into play. But minimum, what I'll be able to do is in a very short window of time, based on my relationships and resources, is be able to tell you very quickly, yes or no, within probably 3 to 4 days, if in fact we have a really good chance of proceeding and getting approved for your SBA 7A loan. Okay, now that doesn't mean you're approved. It just means we have a head nod from one of my bank partners, and they're saying, yes, let's go ahead and have the client apply. Now you have to submit the remaining documents and application and go through their underwriting, and that could take another 2 to 3 weeks minimum. It could take a month or two in some cases. So it just depends. And of course, at that point, there's going to be very detailed scrutiny. So anything that you don't disclose is going to come up. If you have a bankruptcy that you didn't disclose from 15 years ago, it's going to come up. If you have any UCC filings on your business, it's going to come up. If you have any tax liens, judgments, if you have any debt that you didn't disclose, it's going to come up. So it's very important that in the very beginning you disclose to me all of the details so that I can create a profile that is honest and true and attractive as possible to present your case to my bank partners. At that point, like I said, within 2 to 4 days, I'll have us get a positive yes or no response. And that tells us that we should either move on to look for another bank, or we should move ahead and get started with their application and begin the SBA 7A process. So with that said, guys, don't waste your time. Just, contact me. Let me help you. There's no obligation or commitment. No upfront fees for me to support you on that. In most cases, I try to waive any packaging fees unless you really need me to put it together and package it for you. And then in that case, we'll negotiate that. But in most cases, I'm going to waive the packaging fee if I can connect you to the bank and you can submit directly to the bank yourself. You're going to be working with the bank as well as myself as a liaison and your support to complete the process. So ultimately, guys, anywhere from up to $5 million on 10-year terms and 6% interest right now, that can change, is what you're looking at for an SBA 7A loan. For equipment financing, that's a whole nother gambit. We'll talk more about that later. Back to the credit cards and personal term loans, that could be anywhere from 7 up to 20%, as well as 0% interest promotion for 12 months. And so please, if you have any questions, reach out. If you like this video, if it was of value to you, please make sure you like, please share and subscribe. Make comments below. I'm here to help. I look forward to speaking to you. I look forward to reading your comments, and look out for more content because I'm going to be putting out very specific videos talking about very specific industries and very specific loan types that you can tap into. All right, so I look forward to it, guys. Thank you for watching, and make it a great day. God bless you.